Hello, my name is Jayson Crittenden, and my screenplay, Follow the Badge, is the second place winner in Scriptapalooza's 2021 International Screenplay Competition. I couldn't be more humbled to say that out loud. Thank you to my parents, and thank you to my sister, brothers, and in-laws for always asking me what I'm writing. Thank you to my wonderful wife and my firecracker of a 5-month-old daughter, Sophia Grace. Thank you for allowing me the time to write as time allows. Again, thank you. Just very excited to be talking with everybody here. Let's get to the questions. How did I come up with my idea? So it was over a period of time. I'm a child of the 80s, and one of my particular favorite genres is coming-of-age films. But I like the coming-of-age films that kind of buck the norm, that aren't your traditional coming-of-age films. So The Black Stallion, The Outsiders, Stand By Me, Explorers, Time Bandits, those kind of films are just near and dear to me, but I wanted to do something similar to that, but flip it on its head a little bit. So I started thinking about other films from the 80s, such as like buddy cop movies like Lethal Weapon or One Person Stands Alone Against Everything like Die Hard. So what would happen if you could do a coming-of-age story wrapped up in a buddy cop movie, meshed with a little bit of Die Hard? And then I kept pushing it further, so essentially it's do a buddy cop movie with romance in the stone, also thrown in there for the adventure, but take out the romance and add in the coming-of-age story. So essentially, it's an action thriller wrapped around a coming-of-age story. That's the idea that I went for. Then I kept pushing, and how could I make it even more interesting, at least try to make it more interesting, and that was to create it family. So it's not just a wild-eyed rookie coming in to take over for an older police officer, and they're not related or anything like that. So this is going to be, it's a father and daughter, and the father is retired from the police force, and the daughter lets him know, much to his chagrin, that she's going to follow in his footsteps. So the story essentially becomes him trying to dissuade her from following his footsteps during a vacation down to Mexico City, and during that time they're put in a desperate situation in a desolate location. Pretty much all the odds are against him. But when they decide and discover that they can work together, that's when things really start to flow. So again, that's how that all came to be. So thank you for that question. How long did it take me to write it? So I wrote it over several years. I would come back to it, always editing here and there between other works. So years. I definitely 3 or 4 years, more than that. Is this the first script I've written? No, I've written several others, but this is the third script I finished in terms of being sequential. I've got others. The first I wrote was a historical epic, takes place in ancient Egypt. And the second one was a comedy. It's basically about a New York stockbroker, goes to Mexico on vacation, gets mistaken as the greatest bullfighter in the world. So from there, I went and created this story, Follow the Badge. And that's the third screenplay I ever finished. Let's see, next question. Where did I learn to write scripts? I learned at school first. I started at University of Oregon and then finished up more writing classes at UCLA. I was fortunate to have lots of mentors, great teachers who really helped me understand the craft of screenwriting and how it was an art, and different ways to make it more accessible to a first-time writer. So after I started writing things myself, I learned and also was taught that it's better to read some of your favorite works. So pick some of your favorite movies. For me, it's Raiders of the Lost Ark, Lawrence of Arabia, Godfather Part 2, any Godfather really, and started reading those scripts. And so specifically for the script that's the second place winner in this competition, I read obviously Die Hard, 48 Hours, Lethal Weapon 1, 2, and 3, The Incredibles, Paper Moon, Django Unchained, reread that, reread Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid because I was going for that buddy element. And essentially anything by William Goldman, like Butch Cassidy, Sundance Kid, or Quentin Tarantino, you can't go wrong in terms of learning what it means to have a voice. They have such a distinct style. When you read it, you know exactly what it is. Same thing with the Coen brothers. Anything they write. True Grit's one of my all-time favorites of their scripts. Well, that and Raising Arizona. Anyway, so that'd be my advice to any writers watching this right now, would be to read scripts from your favorite films, and then just read scripts in general. They're out there and they're free, and you can get them on PDFs. You don't have to print them up, just read it right on your computer. So anyway, yeah, that's my advice on that. Why did I enter Scriptapalooza? So I entered because from the research I have done, it's and also what people have told me and what's out there online in terms of reviews, this is one of the most prestigious contests out there. It's well respected by all the agents, production companies, producers, and not only that, but for an entire year, they help promote and get the writer's work in the hands of people who can make something happen with them. So for me, that was very important to have that kind of backup and that kind of support, and becoming second place winner out of what I was told is over 4,000 scripts from around the globe. That really was something special to hear that. And I just couldn't be more honored or thrilled or pleased. And keep writing, everybody. Keep writing. You never know. And I'm just very thankful, very fortunate. And I wish you all the best.